All right, we here, people. We here. We in the damn building, y'all. Get all my shit together. Shit. Tardy to the party. Fashionably late. Day late, dollar short. Can't even get my shirt together. This bitch. See? And then I'm working backwards, so I want to pull this shit this way. Oh, well, y'all. Whatever, bro. Y'all see what's going on. We here, man. Hey, welcome. Another episode of Wake and Pack. Good morning to y'all. Good morning to all. Let's see what's going on. Zane Strong, Mahalo, top of the morning, bro. What's up with you? Thanks for showing up, showing love, man. Hey, I appreciate you. Um, Definitely is, bro. Definitely is going to be a problem for the NFL. We just, much as people want to say about Goot and this and that, 11th first rounders on defense and this or all that shit, bro. He still finds gems, bro. Gems such as Rashawn Gary, gems such as a healthy Jair Alexander, gems such as the list keeps on going, man. I seen that. Shout out to you too, Matt. How you doing, bro? What's up with you? I seen that, bro, but I see it a little different way too. He's more so saying he might be talking about the fans too, because just like yesterday on this stream yesterday, a lot of people like Devondre got to go. I'm tired of Devondre. And then what do you know? Motherfuckers hurt. Clearly, he just came off of an injury list. Clearly, he missed more games than we expected. So maybe he got a misdiagnosis with his injury. You know what I'm saying? And they want to blame you in chalk talk the day after the game. You didn't do this, you didn't do that. But if you playing halfway, if you playing hurt, people seen Devondre look slow. People seen that shit. So I mean, clearly the dude's having issues with injuries. Now it's to the point where he's having mental issues, mental health issues. Ain't nothing worse, y'all. Ain't nothing worse, y'all, than you know, going out there playing hurt. Number one, that's just bad. And then number two, you're not yourself, but you're out there giving it your all. You're limited, and when the job doesn't get done, they still give you 100% of the blame. I don't think that's fair, and I do think that could fuck with somebody mentally, especially somebody who's used to being at the top of their game, no matter what. So yeah, man, Mick is in the house. But yeah, man, y'all see the thumbnail. You know how it go. This is y'all show, is whatever y'all want to talk about. But I got some shit that I want to talk about too, about this team. Y'all seen the thumbnail, the great. I ain't gonna go that far, but dontavion Wicks, man. I'm happy from what I've been seeing from bro, and he's putting up some very good numbers, bro. Especially numbers that we could compare to guys already on his team, guys who've been in the league already for a year. I think we found the gem in Wicks. All right, so let's get into some numbers, man, with these receivers, right? So Jaden Reed, 54 receptions, 592 yards, 6 touchdowns. Okay, he getting 11 yards per catch, bro. Not bad at all. And he's actually leading the team as the receiver, bro. Earlier this year, after watching Jaden Reed's draft, profile, watching his highlights, watching some games he actually played in, I was like, this guy might be the best receiver we got. And I sure did pick him. I said, he's better than Romeo at the time, I said. And Romeo was our best receiver at the time because, Christian Watson is never really available. The best ability is availability. So, hey, Zane, you telling the truth. And I'm about to get into it now. So we just went over Reed's numbers, right? So he's really putting up, wide receiver one numbers on top of the 120 yards he has rushing with 2 touchdowns. So bro got 6 touchdowns receiving. I'm talking Reed, and 2 running, bro. He's actually the best receiver on the team right now. But since we just mentioned his name, Romeo, Jaden Reed, 54 receptions for the 592. Romeo right behind him, 52 receptions for 567 and 7 touchdowns. So Romeo getting that end zone and 10.9 per catch. 10.8, we'll just say 11 yards per catch. So he's getting 11 yards per catch. Jaden Reed's getting 11 yards per catch. Blake 22. What's good with you? So now we're going to go to Wicks. So Reed and Romeo Doubs both got 54 and 52 receptions. Wicks only has 31 receptions, but guess what? 491 yards, less than 100 yards away from both of them. One less game played. Thank God Reed and Romeo both played 14 games so far this year. Hey, we want to talk about injuries, Christian, Devondre, Jair, whoever else. At least we know that we can depend on Reed and we can depend on Romeo Doubs. So Wicks gets 31 receptions, 20 less than both of the people I just mentioned, but he has 491 yards. So he's being more productive. He only has one touchdown, but he's getting 15.8 yards per catch. That's 16 yards per catch. So remember the days where, let's just remember, this wasn't too long ago. And then again, I know a lot of people, still on they fire Joe Barry shit and want to talk about Joe Barry. Listen, we talked about the motherfucker yesterday. He got his work cut out. Whatever he's going to do and whatever happens to him, he has it coming already. I ain't got to trash on the dude no more than I have to. And then again, there's enough of that out there. If 100 motherfuckers is trashing on him, I'm just not going to pile on and do videos about trashing them. We all know what the fuck needs to happen. We all know what the fuck is going on. So let's talk about some positive shit. Like, don't ignore the good, Yeah, it sucks when you lose a game, and that's probably the last thing you think about. You ain't think about the first downs that was caught. You ain't think about the great routes that was ran. You ain't think about Jaden Reed in the back of the end zone tippy-toeing in from a great throw on the run by Jordan Love. You could put that with Aaron Rodgers throwing to Jamal Williams in Kansas City on that crazy play. You could put that with Aaron Rodgers hitting Geronimo Allison down the field. That was one of those kind of throws, and we got to witness that. And I ain't taking that away just because we lost. Dontavion Wicks, what'd he get? About 6 or 7 receptions, a buck something, or not even a buck something, 90 something yards. He always hovers around 93, 94, 95, 96 yards. But again, that's progression, bro, And then we can even throw in Christian Watson's numbers right now. He's been limited. He's played 9 games, less than everybody, 28 receptions, 422 yards, 5 touchdowns. And then he also has 4 rushes for 11 yards. This ain't the same Christian Watson from last year who was, back there doing the jet motions, jet sweeps all the time. We've been using Reed at that position now, but it is also good to see and listen, we'll go last year. Okay. He has 7 rushes for 80 yards. That's a little better to say, and 2 touchdowns for Christian Watson. So still very capable of doing that play. And it works way better when you have 2 guys capable of doing that. When you got one guy on the capable of doing that, it's easy to see, oh, well, there's a chance when he's running by, he's going to get the ball. But if you got him running back there, Wicks back and forth, the running backs, all that motion in the back causes a confusion for defenders. And yes, Zane Strong, you damn right, my bro. He is good with yak. He's actually like 2nd or 3rd on the team in yak. Musgrave got more yak than him. Musgrave is a team leader in yak, and that's a good thing because we ain't seen him in a couple weeks. So, So again, the main focus of this whole shit today is just, look at what we could possibly have, man. Look at what we could possibly have, man. If Wicks continues to grow every game, it's undeniable when the motherfucker just keeps turning in good game after good game after good game. It's going to be normal instead of being a surprise. And he's been limited on snaps. You see, he has 20 less catches than any of the top receivers on the team, and he's still up to par with yards per catch. And just whenever he's in there, bro, he's a factor, man. So we need to see a lot more Wicks in there. Again, I cannot wait for the day to where we see a Wicks, Romeo, Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, Tucker Kraft, and a Luke Musgrave. Like, are y'all kidding me? I'm talking in 2 or 3 years. That is going to be a very big problem for people. A very big problem. Bro, these are babies, bro. This is their first year, and look what they're doing, Even when it goes to Christian Watson last year, 41 receptions, 611 yards, 7 touchdowns, bro. With he only played a few games that year too, so I'm cool with it, man. I'm cool with the development of the receivers. I wouldn't say that that's a need, but we can use definitely a vet receiver just for more for knowledge. He'll give us a little on the field too, but more for knowledge of the game. He's seen more coverages. He knows, hey, in this situation next time, why don't you try to do this? Why don't you fake them this way first before you go to it's a lot of shit that a vet. That's why, hey, anybody older around me just talking that shit, I'm listening, bro. I'll listen to anybody older than me, because, they've been here longer than me. They possibly seen something that I ain't seen, and I'm open to being a sponge and receiving that information. And that's what we need, and that's what confidence is. We know that he can go out there and get a sack. You know what I'm saying? We've seen him do it before in college. He was good at that. But, when you get one in the NFL, it's a different story. And then when you start piling up, this happened with Rashawn. You start seeing Rashawn getting one a game. He get in there once a game. Then it starts turning into two a game almost. Now, a Rashawn monster game is 3 stacks, forced fumbles, amongst other things. You can see, again, like I said, I seen Love glowing. Like I seen him glowing at a certain point, and I'm like, okay, he getting more confident. His game is getting together. So yeah, he's starting to glow now. But again, he just needs opportunities, and he's a monster, man. He's a monster, bro. Physical specimen, man. I think we got it, and that's another one. See, as much as we want to talk about, past drafts and what we good at, what we ain't good at in the draft. Well, look who we got, bro. Another person we just mentioned, LVN, So just imagine him and Rashawn, just on them edges. That's gonna be a problem with Wyatt and Brooks in the middle. Like, bro, we got some guys who, again, what is this year, people? This year is an assessment year, right? We just assessing everything, bro. We ain't gonna be in the Super Bowl. Sorry to say, And we were on the brink playoff team. It was like they can make it and they can't make it. They might not. Most of the odds had us out of the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So for us to be even sniffing it at this point, especially how, bad we were during a certain stretch of this year, bro, can't be mad. Yeah, I say that like jokingly, but shit, you talking about going here, going there, man, go somewhere you familiar with, and then again, you wait. We never made you the highest paid receiver. You got that trophy, bro. You got that trophy. You were the highest paid receiver at one point in time in the league. So you got that under your resume, bro. Come back home, man. You already know to get down over here. You never tweet. You never tweet Devontae, but you want to tweet how good J Love is looking and how people better stop sleeping on him, So that's I can't not look at that, So yeah, but y'all, it seems like the players are probably trying to make their power moves, even like not even that it even has to happen again. I think what's gonna happen to Joe Barry is pretty much, he got to him coming to him no matter what. He don't need no locker room kind of deals like this where motherfuckers is out there tweeting, motherfuckers is out there Jair deleting everything. Like, you don't need that kind of rapport with this team. Like we've been going strong all year. We've been a confident bunch, a bunch that have come in and just fight every game. Again, we got blown out the last game, and then Detroit's first game, I guess you could consider that a blowout. But hey, I still think this team is learning, y'all. Still think they learning, and when they turn in that corner, when they really turn in the corner, I think they're gonna turn the corner at the right time, bro. And again, growing pains, man. Nobody like to hear that. Nobody want to first season with these cats, man. First season with these cats. Yeah, it's not fair, bro. But again, when 20, that's why when 20, when 5, 6 niggas, I told y'all yesterday, when I see 5 dudes stomping on a dude, I might not even not like the dude, but hey, it's already 5 dudes stomping on him. He got it bad enough. I'm gonna just keep on walking. So it is not fair, but people will look at me crazy. They'll look at you crazy if we say that, Zane. But then I'm just gonna be nice too, because I just said it was just this last game was the only one that was Barry's fault. We'll go ahead and give him that DeVito shit too. We'll go on and we'll blame the New York one on him too, okay? But that's still 2 games out of the whole season where he was the problem, bro. And Matt has to look at that. But again, if we keep thinking logically like this, Joe Barry's going to be gone. Now, is Joe Barry the ultimate answer? I'm talking like able to go on a playoff run with 2-3, and then again in the divisional round when San Francisco beat us at Lambeau. Definitely wasn't Joe Barry's fault. We held him to 13 points. We had a 4-time MVP and best receiver in the league, bro. We couldn't get more than 10 points. Whose fault was that? That wasn't Joe Barry's fault either. So again, always has to be an scapegoat. But Matt LaFleur just has to shake this Joe Barry stink off of him. Because then you got motherfuckers saying like, well, if LaFleur don't fire Barry, then he need to get fired for keeping him around, and that's a possible thing too. So I just think they're friends and all that. That's why he already agreed and said, listen, we're gonna stick it out the rest of this year and see we're gonna stick it out the rest of this year and just see what the fuck happens, man. Again, he could put on again. Hopefully he don't coach himself into another job, but he could put on a coaching clinic for the rest of the year and nobody's going to care. They're still going to want him gone. So I just think sometimes you just overstay your visit, sometimes. And that's what he did. But again, it's like, okay, who we going to get instead? Is the guy out there? Are we even looking? Like, is there a new young and up and comer guy out there who's, how his contract's looking and all kind of stuff, man. But that stuff is more for the off season. Again, we're gonna have a long off season, so ain't no reason to be making no impulsive executive decisions right now. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm probably glad the Packers do not have an owner because owners be in their feelings. It could be a wrong conversation, wrong kind of heated argument, and then the coach get fired the next day. It could be shit like that. But we actually have structure. We pretty much have a farming system for pretty much everything we do, and it's shown to work. It worked when when we were winning Super Bowls way back when, Super Bowl 1 and 2, and the one before number 1 was actually one. When we was out there winning, and then all those previous championships. That theory and model of the defense. I mean, not the defense, but how the team is structured. Draft and develop. That's the way we pretty much get our stars. Some people might have to take hometown discounts, and again, some people might shine. Some people might shine in Green Bay more than they would in like a Las Vegas. Hey, imagine Henry. Again, I ain't trying to go there, but imagine Henry. We drafted Henry Ruggs. I'm not sure if he would have ran over some female and her dog and killed them both from going 150 some miles in a new Corvette in Vegas, bro. It's too much traffic in Vegas. I don't know how. What strip of land you had to drive that far, to be that close to the strip. I know the outskirts got some long little roads and all that, but bro, what is you doing? Rest in peace to that lady and the dog. But and shit, free that man too. We don't like seeing nobody in jail either. It was an accident, horrific accident. It ain't like he woke up that morning, I'm gonna kill this bitch or, I'm gonna kill somebody. So he does deserve to get forgiven too. But again, all that stuff is in God's hands. And so is pretty much people's livelihoods and jobs with this team. So again, we can listen. This ain't motherfucking Candyman. You can't go in the mirror and say fire Joe Barry 5 times and then they just gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? It don't work like that. So he's still here. Matt not firing him. And again, 2 games I give to him to be to blame. Really one for real. But it's just sad. But again, sometimes you need an scapegoat. Sometimes Matt was a problem. It was the same thing last year for real. Because again, motherfucking Matt was stinking up shit last year too. He started off hot, and that's when Barry was not as good. And then Matt picked up at the end, and then Barry, Matt fell off a little, and then Barry picked it up. It's the same shit today. I could see that too. But again, it'll depend where he goes, Again, he's in you have to look at his resume, and I just think he wouldn't be a DC no more. I think he would be a linebackers coach or some kind of coordinator, something. Not I don't know. I don't know if he got enough, in the resume or enough clout to go get another job. Like he don't have a name. Like a Rex Ryan. Rex Ryan ain't coached for years and years and years, but motherfuckers still mentioning him because he had a mouth. And he had a very physical and aggressive defense, bro. The same defense that we run, but he just did it a different way. Because again, Pettin came from under him, if I'm not mistaken. So But yeah, man. Again, just imagine, man. I know we're not trying to talk about years from now, but just imagine these cats, man. We got on this team. Look what they doing now, bro. As babies, hey, need to hit the weight room up more, need to be in the film room more, need a whole nother off season of preparation. Now that second year leap is gonna be huge for these cats because first off season they don't know what's going on. Again, they still trying to figure out which meeting do I need to go to? This which they figuring shit out like that, technical stuff. Next year when these cats come in the training camp, boy, hey, wide receiver room gonna be crazy next year, man. And again, it's crazy this year, especially if we had all our healthy people in. But we hope we get everybody back, man. We hope Christian Watson could come back. I doubt it's this game. Hopefully, again, man. Hopefully, we got all guns blazing. If we do happen to get that last playoff spot, Aaron Jones is back. AJ Dillon should be back by then. Probably gonna have a splint on his hand. I'm not sure that's the greatest thing because he has trouble keeping the ball in his hands anyway. But it it could be looking really good, man, and we could get our first glimpse this year of what this offense is gonna be if everybody comes back healthy. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm that's what I'm thinking, man. Last week I'm looking at Kraft. I was looking at Kraft before, but I'm like, okay, he's really turning around. So I had to display my thoughts on him. So this week I had to do it for Wicks, man. You cannot deny what that man was doing out there on the field. And Reed too. Hey, shout out to Jaden Reed for being healthy for 14 games so far. Even through injury, you had a concussion scare, and then you had something else where you got knocked out for a little bit. But you've been Iron Man, bro. So shout out to you leading the team and receiving. And shit, shout out to Wicks too, bro. He actually has a pass completion. The only other quarterback with a pass completion for the Packers this year is Wicks for 11 yards. So he could even get in, and he could get into some kind of trick play deals. I don't know what kind of athlete he was like before. Did he play quarterback at all? But they seem really comfortable with getting him doing trick plays. So all I gotta say is we got a gem in Wicks, y'all. So be on the lookout for dontavion Wicks, bro. Kind of passing Romeo up, but it's cool. Romeo gonna come back and get his shit together, and I'm fully still confident in Romeo's game, and I'm confident that Romeo's gonna get better. And I also like the rapport that these receivers have. I heard there's no jealousy; they're all cheering for each other. They don't really care, So we ain't gonna have no issue with motherfuckers arguing over balls and shit like that. So again, Green Bay likes to draft good guys, and that does help when you're in these kind of situations. I do think we still need a little more grit, a little more, toughness and all that. I don't know how we're gonna get it through the draft, through a vet somehow, but like we need a vocal leader, you know what I'm saying? And we need to keep this shit together too. We cannot be having disgruntled, employees around at all, bro, because that fucks shit up. Toxic people make other people toxic. You could be around somebody who be complaining all the time and you're not even a complainer. 2-3 days hanging with a motherfucker, and next day you by yourself, you complaining. You like, nigga, I didn't even used to do that shit. Shoot, that's arguable, Blake 22. That is arguable, bro, and that's a good problem for both of us. Um, that's for both of us, bro. I mean, that's good for both of us because I would have to really look and because we had some gems last year, bro. Zach Tom, hey, starting right tackle. Hey, Rasheed Walker, what 6th rounder, starting left tackle all year. And those are just the gems. We ain't even talking about the studs of Romeo Christian. So 2 good years in a row of drafting, and I expect it to be 3, and we're loaded with picks, bro. Big Nate, what's the word, bro? Good morning to you, man. And I did see that thing you sent me. I don't do petitions at all. And I just explained to the people, I'm like, if I walk in the hallway, I see a nigga, even if I don't like him, if he getting stomped out by 5 niggas, I ain't gonna go get a kick in. He already got it bad enough. And shoot, talk about, Suge Knight. Orlando Anderson, Pac already knocked the dude out. He was on the floor. Everybody was stomping him. Suge could have just walked by, but he had to go and kick the man. What'd that get him? 8 years. Hey, violated probation. So, he got it bad enough. But, what's going to happen to Joe Barry is going to happen to him. Ain't nothing me, you, or anybody could do Nothing to save what's gonna happen to him. Hell yeah, we do. And he mentioned something like that. He tweeted or he said something like, "Yeah, man, that's what the Packers missing, or that's what I used to do and they didn't like it." And again, like I said, Packers like nice guys, bro, but this is football. You need 2, 3 big mouthy guys. And again, we don't know who might show up to be a mouthy guy because they're young. Again, Aaron Rodgers wasn't always the leader that he was. He grew into being that leader. So you never know. It might be a Carl Brooks in 2, 3 years barking like Mike Daniels. It might be Quay. It might be, these guys are just getting comfortable with this defense and just being in the NFL, getting used to the physicality. It's a lot that they got to do. And yeah, shout out to you too, and Human Joey. Shout out to you, bro. Shoot, shoot, shout out to the Lincoln Parks too, man. Hey, shout out to the Skylines too, man. Shout out to Dago, man. You already know. You already know. You know. Hey, they are kids. Hey, Big Nate. A lot of people, a lot of other parents, a lot of other people might look at your kid like she bad, but is she bad? No. It might be a little misunderstood. It might be a group you was hanging around. It might be wrong place, wrong time. But again, people don't like to look at the details. People just like to say, "Oh, she's a horrible person," but that is the furthest thing from the truth. So, yeah, I done been to schools, man. I done had to go up to the school a couple times, man. School fights and stuff like that with my own, man. So, that's just something we grow up in. And then one thing you got to do, Big Nate, don't act like you wasn't that age before, bro. Don't act like you didn't used to do. I couldn't even. I just had to laugh a couple of times when I heard, I had to go up to the school for certain stuff because it's like, oh, well, they on that schoolyard, they by themselves. You're not there to defend them, and they on their own. All they have is what you teach them. So I'd rather have mine standing on something than being stepped on. And that's what then happened when I had to go to school. You know, my kids were the aggressors. So I know how that go. But again, that's why I kind of treat like, again, they ain't on no weird shit. But I kind of treat the Packer players like my kids. Like if they go out there and fuck up, yeah, I could talk about them, but I'm still there to support them, and I'm just gonna be there to support them and put them in best position to go out there and do their thing. But hey, that's normal shit for people like us, Big Nate. Some people would think, we the troublemakers, our kids is the troublemakers, class clowns, whatever you want to call them. But she'll get over it and she'll learn from it. Hell yeah, I have, bro. Hell yeah, I have. I definitely smoked the cheese strain before. Um, I smoked the cheese and I smoked the blue cheese. I'm trying to think of another one. Oh yeah, it took me a minute to buy it, but I smoked the cat piss too. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, man. I get it because I done had cats pee on my like drapes and shit like that, and I'm like, damn, how they get it that close? But again, that was some funky, sticky, icky, man. Yeah, strain called cat piss. I ain't never had it. I don't know. I'm weird. People just like, oh, it's a weed strain, but I'm like, still, that's like me smoking on something called cat piss. Like I ain't gonna be smoking on something called like big dick or no shit like that. So I don't know. Cat piss, that's not the most pleasant thing. I don't want to be smoking on that. But yeah, that was fire though. But yeah, I didn't smoke cheese before. It was a long time ago. Very long time ago I did it. It was over like 5 years ago. I ain't seen a cheese strain like that in a minute. I normally like OGs. I smoke OG for the most part. And then I get a little indica. I mean, I get a little sativa for the side. I like a little sour diesel sativa, and I like that blue dream for sure. Yeah, it took me a minute to order. I'm sitting there at the dispensary and the dude, you know, the deal was good for the price and all that. I'm like, what's that cat piss about? He was like, oh, it's pretty good. I'm like, man, I just don't like it how it sounds. And then he kind of told, well, it ain't about the sound. It's just good weed. I'm like, yeah, but bro, I'm smoking something called cat piss, bro. It's just different, just weird for me. Oh yeah, they still got a little bit of that. I don't know about the chronic and the red hair, but the Kush is, still doing this thing. Um, but yeah, bro, you need to get up on this new shit, Nate. Hey, come on, man. They got a whole lot of new shit out there like that. Don't be scared, man. It's some nigga. They got creams. They got, all what you need. It ain't just smoking and hell. They got gummies, bro. You know, shoot. Hey, sometimes I give wifey a gummy just to, she'll be over there chilling. Leave me the fuck alone for 2 hours, bro. For real. Hell yeah. Like what I look like, smoking something called Big Dick OG, or, anybody with like Dick in their name or Big Daddy. Like I ain't calling nobody Big Daddy. Even if your first name is Big and your last name Daddy, like I'm not calling you Big Daddy. Like I'm just not doing that. To each his own. I ain't calling. Yeah, it's a little, it's hit or miss for me. They got all kind of shit though, bro. All kind of shit though. Like it's so many avenues to where and they even got the CBD, bro. No THC in it. So if you scared of the CBD, I mean, if you scared of the THC, you don't want those effects. They got CBD, bro. There's too many avenues. Now, look, if you just don't want to do it, you don't want to smoke, you don't want to smoke. It's cool, but shit, anything could be bad, nigga. Hey, you could go to McDonald's right now and get a Big Mac. It might not taste better than the Big Mac you had 2-3 days ago. Got hit. Some people do end up getting some bad stuff and end up having a bad trip. But this new stuff they got out there now, bro. I'm telling you, it'll change your life. It'll make your ass more calmer, especially watching the Packer games, bro. It'll make you chill out a little bit because I still be going off and shit, but I'll be so loaded. I just be sitting and chilling. So yeah, don't be afraid, big name. Hey, if you come around me, I might just slide you a joint, bro. And I'll watch you do it. Shit. Shit, we ain't allowed in Area 51, man. We can't go over there, bro. We can't go over there, so it's some shit over there. It's some shit over there. We can't even go over there. Hey, certain spots you can't go, something going down in there. So yeah, man. But that's what we got today, man. Just want to, just remind y'all, bro. It ain't all bad, horrible game. We got blown out, but like I could not have been happier seeing Wicks get some of those aggressive catches, using his hands, getting physical, breaking a couple tackles, getting yards after catch. Again, remember there was a point in time where the Packers were said to have not had explosive plays or explosive players, bro. We are not in that boat anymore, man. Like I just told you, Reed, Romeo, Wicks, 11 yards per catch. Reed, 11 yards per catch. Romeo, 15 yards, 16 yards per catch. Wicks. Those are big play guys. Christian Watson, motherfucking 15 yards a catch. So we got some explosive guys, bro. We just need them to all be on the field at the same time. Hell yeah, bro. And I didn't even mention Heath. Look at who all I mentioned today. I mentioned Jaden Reed, stud, leading receiver on the team, and rushing the ball, leading in touchdowns. Okay, we already know Romeo, stud, 567 yards, 7 touchdowns, 10 yards per catch. Wicks, 31 catches, 491 yards, and played a game less than both of them and is only less than 100 yards away from them. Christian Watson, 422 yards, 5 touchdowns already this year. And I mentioned all of them. I mentioned Wicks. I ain't even mentioned Heath. And what about Sam Torre? Like, we forgetting about Torre too. Dubois, whatever his name is. Like, bro, we are good at receiver. Again, a vet would be nice to teach these guys the shit that they don't know yet, or the shit that they've seen and then just haven't identified yet. That's what a good vet is for, and vet leadership. They might be more likable or likely to talk. Again, we need a vocal leader, what I'm saying, like a Mike Daniels type, on offense and defense, but I like our chances, bro. We got some guys out there. So again, man, don't ignore the good, even through a bad loss. It's all good. But now it's time to start turning on to the next opponent, man. We got 3 more on the schedule to go, and shit, we trying to go 3-0, and that would not be a shocker to any of us if we could just go out on a good note, playoffs or not, win our last 3 games, have a good taste and good feeling going into the motherfucking off season. That has to count too. You know what I'm saying? Definitely don't want to rush through this season. Definitely don't want to say this season is over. It's definitely not over. It's still games we have, so we can evaluate people, so we can have a better idea of next year when we arguing who could start or not, who should be the starting receivers in what order. When we arguing about shit like that, these are the moments we need to watch in order to confirm those arguments. There's still 3 more games to go. Kraft is still growing. Wicks is still growing. Reed is still growing. This is all a good thing, you guys. But I'm gonna go on and cut it short today. I'll be just keep going. Y'all know I could go for an hour, but you already know how it goes. So shout out to the homie, man. Shout out to Big Nate for sure. Shout out to Zane Strong, my boy, Mr. Vice President. Shout out to you. Thank you, bro, for coming through. We've been hollering at each other the past couple of days, So I enjoy that. My boy Inhuman Joey 310. Shout out to you. Shout out to Dago, man. Blake 22. Shout out to you. And if I forgot about you, I didn't forget about you. My boy Matt, Crocodile Dundee, shout out to you. Thanks for coming through. And shit, I'll be back tomorrow, man. Go motherfucking Pack. Still nasty loss, I'm done with it. I'm over it. I digested it, bro. I'm ready to go on to the next one. So I ain't gonna be talking about no fire Joe Barry, and I ain't gonna be talking about that Buccaneers game for the rest of the week. I'm already over it, y'all. So y'all should be too, but motherfucking go Pack, holla at your boy, and I'll be back tomorrow.